ALLfiring might just be the highest rated new gacha release of 2026. A 4.7 star rating out of almost 10,000 reviews. That right there, that is a rare sight in this day and age. They haven't been overrun with bugs. They haven't been suffering extensive downtime. Sure, some people might complain that the Chinese version is dead and essentially in maintenance mode. But hey, for what it's worth, they've had a very smooth launch thus far globally. ALLfiring, developed and published by Genmu Game, is a brand new 2026 mobile anime-style action RPG that launched globally on May 14, 2026. You play as the last keeper of a fading flame of hope in a dark fantasy world that's been consumed by darkness and shattered by some cataclysmic event. Yeah, honestly, nothing really groundbreaking. You journey across mysterious ruined lands, frozen wildernesses, ancient forests, bustling cities that admittedly do take a long time to navigate on foot, while battling powerful enemies. There were some noticeable FPS issues in towns, especially when entering and exiting certain buildings. Along the way, you recruit and bond with unique companions, each with their own personal stories and backstories that unfold through live 2D portraits and in-engine cutscenes. These characters, genuinely, they are freaking gorgeous. The prologue is surprisingly solid and atmospheric. It immediately throws you into this world that genuinely feels lived in and hostile. Sadly, I do have one single complaint. There is no major voice acting present outside of combat noises. So you just hear a lot of yeah, but the writing here, at the very least, the writing and the art carry the emotional weight of what's being conveyed through text. The story isn't revolutionary, but it definitely hooks you. This is a side-scrolling hack-and-slash action RPG with real-time 3-character switching. Combat feels fast-paced and combo-focused. You control one character at a time on a 2D plane, but you can instantly swap between your team of 3 different characters through chain effect skills and ultimate abilities. It has beat-em-up vibes that are eerily reminiscent of ALLsword in Dungeon Fighter Online, mixed with elemental synergies and coordinated bursts. There's no auto-battle present for better or for worse. This game is fully manual, which keeps it engaging, but it can feel punishing if you're not paying attention, which is literally me. I'd go out on a limb here and say at the very least 50% of the time when I'm streaming games. Exploration adds a unique twist. It's a semi-open voxel style sandbox with interactive 3D environments where you solve environmental puzzles, you break objects, you hunt hidden treasure chests, you progress the story. It's not a full open world game like Genshin or WoW, but the voxel aesthetic gives it this charming tactile feel, like a prettier, darker Minecraft with an anime skin. Progression involves story stages, dungeons, events, and resource farming. There doesn't seem to be, at the very least, as of recording this video on the 20th of May 2026, any form of functional PvP at launch. Instead, the focus here is very much so on single player PvE. This right here is probably my one single gripe with the game, and that is that there is a lack of a PC client. This is probably the biggest drawback for the entire game, hands down. This game looks fantastic in HD, but it is severely held back by its mobile exclusivity. Playing on LD Player, playing on BlueStacks, even on the Google Play emulator has performance issues, which is common, 1 in 3 men after all. Much like Blackbeacon, everywhere I've gone, everyone I've asked, and every person in chat while streaming lamented the lack of a functional PC client. I bet you lament the lack of a PC client. I know you understand the importance of having a PC client available for people that do not want to play on mobile. It allows for a significantly larger portion of total players to actually play and enjoy the game. This right here is hindering its total reach. Games like this need a PC client. Action games are better played on PC or console than they are on mobile. But let's go ahead here and talk the gacha. Standard 6-star rarity with a 1.2% base rate, effectively a 2.45% with guarantees. There's a 50-50 for the rate up character on featured banners. Instead of a traditional hard pity, it utilizes a spark and mileage system. Every 80 polls lets you exchange for any 6-star character of your choice, including the limited banner character and including dupes. This is incredibly generous compared to games with 180 to 200 pity. The beginner banner lets you select a desired 6-star after 50 pulls. Standard pulls cost 1600 currency, premium ones are similar. You can also purchase what is the equivalent of weapons from the store along with the characters themselves at a significant discount using the currency that you acquired through the limited pulls. This makes both character and their weapon acquisition incredibly free-to-play friendly. The launch gives you 30 pulls, 20 premium, 10 standard. There were codes for more, a free 6-star DPS from the 7-day login event. It seems as though you can clear early story comfortably as a free-to-play player or a low spender. Long-term remains to be seen. It depends on the income cadence, the event frequency. I don't know how well China was handled, so I think it's kind of difficult for me to say. The game has stunning art and an incredible atmosphere. The visuals are beautiful for the type of game that this is. It has clean anime illustrations, expressive live 2D, detailed environments, and whimsical yet dark music that fits the locations perfectly. It feels premium and stands out visually from many other gachas. It has fun, fresh combat. The real-time switching adds a lot of depth. The replayability to fights, the combos feel satisfying. The ultimates look epic. The voxel exploration keeps maps from feeling like generic hallways. It's nostalgic for older action gamers, but also polished for 2026 standards. It is very free-to-play friendly. The gacha is rewarding, offering a lot of return for minimal investment, allowing you to acquire every character you want, including their respective weapon, and saving for the next limited banner. It has a fun world to explore. The world is filled with content, puzzles, mountains to scale, enemies to fight, treasure chests to loot, making for a lot of active exploration and world interaction. It's a fun, manual, semi-open world gacha game with enjoyable combat, cute characters, and an engaging story. However, there are some publisher red flags. Genmu Games' track record with previous titles like Haze Reverb and Elpis includes shafting global versions with fewer rewards, slower updates, and eventual maintenance mode. The Chinese server has been stagnant with little to new content since early 2026, although someone did stop by my stream and say that there was some form of update in April, but I cannot confirm the legitimacy of this claim. This, however, raised fears that global might just be a cash grab or an end of service stalling move. I genuinely hope that this is not true, however, because I'm really enjoying the game. The lack of a PC client. No native PC client is a major bummer, requiring you play via an emulator, which works but isn't perfect. There is limited content at launch. Only a handful of maps and chapters are available. I heard some people claiming that the endgame modes weren't even included and unlocked at the beginning, but I can't confirm this either as I haven't reached endgame yet. And then there's no voice acting. This is genuinely a shame to see. I think good voice acting could have majorly increased overall enjoyment of the story. I think a good dub truly elevates a good narrative with emotional reactions that enthrall you in individual performances. ALLfiring ultimately feels like a great, refreshing change of pace. Most gachas are turn-based or feature fast-paced action combat in a 3D open world. This delivers pure side-scrolling action with a unique voxel twist that scratches a nostalgic itch while looking gorgeous. Is it worth playing? Yeah, absolutely. For now, if you enjoy side-scrolling action and beautiful art, just download it. Enjoy the story, enjoy the combat, treat it like a high-quality single-player experience with a little bit of gacha sprinkled in. It's one of the more fun and visually impressive launches of 2026 so far. However, I will note, if you're a little bit concerned that the game might not survive the year, just don't spend a cent on it until the publisher proves that they can deliver consistent updates and fair global treatment. Just play casually, finish the available content, and reassess the game in a month or two. This right here is going to make for a great, fun, casual side game for me to play. Hopefully it does for you guys too. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.